Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of the Destiny 2 beta review. So, to talk about it this way, we're going to talk about the multiplayer just a little bit more, and we're going to talk about the strike. And the strike's definitely going to take the longest, so I'll go ahead and get the multiplayer talk out of the way. I didn't know about this mode until the absolute last day to play it, which is actually technically today, because I'm recording this at 3:10 in the morning. Doing this narration, 3:11. So today the beta is going to end, and I figured I might as well get my last thoughts on the game and tell you what I think I'm going to do. So with this game mode, I was actually quite surprised on the fact that I ran in there thinking, oh, okay, we just gotta collect these two areas. Little did I know this was a search and destroy type fight. And I'm extremely surprised to say that I'm actually happy with this. The footage you're gonna see is me doing absolutely terrible at this game mode, besides a couple times. And by a couple times I mean one good time that I actually did something right. Sorry. But yeah, so having a search and destroy mode in Destiny, this was actually pretty awesome. I was still using the scout rifle, and I should have learned in this type of mode, it's not something to use. I didn't think about it, so that's my fault. And also, yeah, the fuse was lit. I was thinking, oh god, I gotta hurry and get in there. I did absolutely nothing to help them. Besides actually defusing. So, I really have to say, for multiplayer side, I know there are going to be plenty more modes coming out. Comes out September 6th, so it's going to be awesome. I turned 21 that day, so yeah. What my biggest problem is, and this is going to roll into the strike, my biggest problem is teammates. This is a game where you can be revived, but it takes a few seconds, or a decent amount of seconds technically, and your teammates are always bound to be helpful, especially whenever it's a 1-on-4, 1-on-3, and they're right next to your body, and they still don't do anything for you, especially whenever it tells them, hey, you can revive this guy. That was probably the most annoying thing about this game mode. It's search and destroy in its entirety. I'm a fan of it, and I also hate it at the same time. But luckily, I did get that guy, so I'm pretty happy about that. Sadly, they did defuse it. Overall, though, multiplayer, it's good. I'll say that, and I'll get done talking about that and go into our next thing. The strike. This one is where it was a make or break. Because multiplayer can be fun, the story can be okay, and decent, I guess. But it all comes down to those strikes, because that's going to be the things that you end up playing more than the story. Because once the story's over, you know, what else do you do? Strikes and raids, and multiplayer. So the multiplayer gets a check for being fun, and the story so far, or the prologue intro, it was nice. Only 1 minute left. Good. Show your enemy what now to talk about the strike, though. The biggest problem about the strikes is not the environment, because that looks amazing. I'll say that right now. The environment is awesome. I love like the moving pieces, like the pretty much the excavator, the drilling site. The floating is a little wonky whenever you're going near the milk, was like the Vex Milk waterfall. It was a little wonky to like jump into the thing and it throws you, because like you also actually notice yourself get risen up a little bit right before you go into the second one, because the game's trying to say, oh hey, how can we maneuver you the correct way? Um, so there's that. Then there's, just like I said for the multiplayer, it all comes down to teammates. The people that you're going to be fighting with the entire frickin' time. And also, this is the new camper. Putting a bubble shield type thing. Or putting up their like little pop-up shield and hiding in corners. Thank God he died though. Yeah. Teammates is going to be the biggest problem. Because when I played the strike the first time, everything went well. We got straight to the boss battle. No problems. Besides a few problems at the drilling site, because when you're trying to save your friends, you kind of end up noticing how they died. And you end up dying the same way. So there was a few problems with that. But I mean, that was just the people I played with the first time I played it. And the first time I played it as well, when we got to the boss battle, about 3-4 attempts in, by the way, my God, that boss battle was just straight up annoying. I'm not one who enjoys boss battles that throws a bunch of enemies just to throw them in, especially when you're fighting the boss at the same time. I mean, he threw a lot of Vex. And I'm debating if that might actually be the end credit video of this. So, you know, bonus video. But our teammate ended up quitting, so there's only 2 of us to fight this guy now. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's my problem right there too. I ended up jumping in the open.
Only 1 minute left.
But yeah, it was one of the biggest problems that our teammate quit. And like I said, it was just out of that teammate and the other guy. There's going to be plenty of others to play with. But it was just one of those things where you sit there and you're like, are you really going to quit at the end of this and make all of us fail? Especially since we're all set at 200 light and all of that. I wasn't a big fan of what happened. But during the second time we attempted it, or second time I attempted it with 2 new people, it only took us 1 try to actually beat him completely. And it was awesome. Especially whenever I ended up actually jumping at him with my knee kick, or my, you know, Titan, whatever it's called, Titan dash attack. I ended up hitting the guy, and his arm came off. And it's probably because he was just too weak, because his health was really low. But it gave that kind of cool feel to have actually killed him. Or weakened him, I should say. Killing him was the next best part. We got an okay piece of gear, nothing special. Getting killed by the shield guy is always fun in a search and destroy type fight. Because you're practically all screwed whenever he's in that mode. But if I had to say anything, the strike was pretty good, but it's definitely something you'll either have to play with friends or just hope you get lucky enough to play with people that you can become friends with. Because it's fun playing without the mic on, without talking during the chat, but it's something you really kind of got to talk it during. And that's why, if anyone ever wants to join, I have the Fallen Legion of 17 as my new clan that I've started up. I figured this is going to be something fun, and the whole point of it is, look, think of it this way, we all die, okay? We all die in these games. But what do? We get back up, and we keep fighting. we have fun during it too. So I mean, yeah, we die, but we're getting right back up. It ain't gonna matter because we are there for the fight. And so if anyone would like to join, please join in. Ask for an invite, or ask for permission to. I'll definitely allow it. Mostly, I just really want that thing next to my name. But yeah, it'll be great. My final verdict on this game, though, I'm gonna buy it. I hate to say it, but I am. September 6th. Thank y'all for watching.
808 stomping.